Hi everybody, we are in the 9 days of mourning, coming up to the Shabbos, Shabbat Chazon, and the Shabbos is also Tisha B'Av, but this year we're having a special year. Instead of fasting on Tisha B'Av this year, we are going to be drinking wine, eating meat, making l'chaim. Hopefully this will stay with us even for Sunday, because if not, we're going to have to fast on Sunday because it's being postponed for Sunday to fast. What did we do this time? We got to learn more. We got to learn the laws of building the Bet HaMikdash, as the Rebbe asked us. We have to start loving each other more. But let's learn something from this week's Parsha. What is there to do this week? So there's one line in this week's Parsha we'll learn right in the beginning that Moshe Rabbeinu tells Am Yisrael. He tells him that he's going to bless him 1,000 times as much of blessings. And Rashi says the story that the Jews asked him, why are you limiting us? Why are you only saying 1,000 times as much? So he said, that's from me. From God, it's in abundance, unlimited. That's what Rashi tells us. That was the story. He said, for my part, I'm giving you 1,000 times as much in blessings. But God will give you in abundance. So the Rebbe once spoke about it and he said, why didn't he right away say, you'll get blessings in abundance? Why did he have to say, I'm going to give you 1,000 times as much? And then the Jews come and ask him, why? We want more. Why are you limiting us? Well, then he answers, God will give you in abundance. Why couldn't he go directly to the point that God is giving in abundance? Why did he first have to limit them and say, that's me, but God will give you in abundance? Don't give you blessings. Give it directly God's blessing and say it's going to be blessings in abundance. An explanation in short is that Moshe Rabbeinu teaches us in this story something very, very deep. Is something very, very important for this time of the year specific. Moshe Rabbeinu says, in order to get the blessings from God in abundance, you have to ask for it. You have to pray for it. You have to beg for it. And this is what he did. He first gave a limited blessing. By him giving the limited blessing, he brought out, he aroused by the Jews that they should ask, that they should question, they should say, God, we want more. Why are you limiting us? And then when they said, we want more, they asked for it, God gives in abundance. So in other words, Moshe Rabbeinu says, the blessing of God that's going to come in abundance cannot just come unless you ask for it. And what he did, by giving them a limited blessing, this is the way he made them question and ask, we want the real blessing. So what is the message Moshe Rabbeinu teaches us? That we have to ask. We have to ask when this time of the 9 days, when we are in destruction, when time that we are sad, there is no temple, we're in exile. What do we have to do? We have to ask. As the Rebbe would always say, we got to say, ad masa, until when? We have to ask for it. And when we ask, Hashem will give us. I wanted to share a little story about that. There is one of the great tzaddikim, lived a few hundred years ago, a grandson of the Baal Shem Tov. His name was Reb Baruch of Messege. He had many, many followers all over, thousands upon followers. He was one of the great tzaddikim in these times. And he would travel to certain cities to see his people. And it would be a particular town, he would come there. He would stay by this great chassid, very special Jew. But in the financial world, he was very, very small. He had nothing. But he was always a happy, happy, happy person. And because he was such a great guy, such a happy person, this big tzaddik, Reb Baruch, would always stay by him. And the story goes that one time when he was traveling towards that town, when everybody knew he was coming, when everybody knew where he's going to stay, but this fellow that he always stays by. But at this time he sends a message that he's not staying by him. And he's looking somewhere else to stay. Self-understood, this chassid was very, very upset, devastated. What happened? What did I do wrong? What changed by me? Why doesn't he want to stay by me? When he finally comes into town, he stays somewhere else. He sends him a second message. I do not want you to come see me. I do not want to see you. He gets even more devastated. Why? I must have really done something no good. And he sends messages again and again. Please, could we change the plan? Something can be changed. I really would like to come see the Rebbe. I want to come see the tzaddik. The answer is no, impossible. And this time passes by. I don't know how long he stayed in that town, and he left. Self-understood, this great chassid was very upset. He felt something is not clicking well. Not only did he stay by me, he didn't want to see me even. Guess, what do you feel? So he decided, he's got to do some tshuva. So he's praying to God and begging, Hashem, help me. God, help me. I don't know how to do tshuva, but help me. And he's praying to God, give me, because I don't know. A while later, there was a group of soldiers passed by this town. And the rule in those days used to be that the soldier had to be placed in different houses. So one soldier was placed at this fellow's house. And he had to give him a room to sleep in, as that would be the routine of those days. But in the middle of the night, they were called out, all the soldiers. So that soldier that slept in this chassid's house also ran out quick. But he ran out quick, he forgot his jacket there. So in the morning, when this chassid gets up, he sees the jacket. He says, he feels bad. The soldier needs a jacket. We're going with that. But he's not around to be found. He waits a day, 3 days, 5 days, 10 days. There's nobody around. Finally, he takes a jacket. He's going to put it somewhere. What is he going to do with that? When he takes a jacket, he feels a bit heavy. Start touching it and playing around with it. He hears some noise. He opens it up, the seams, and he sees a treasure of money. Takes out the money, he doesn't know what to do with this money. So what does he decide to do? He's going to go to his Rebbe. Maybe this time he'll take him and he'll ask him the question, what do we do? So finally he travels to his Rebbe, to Rabbi Baruch, when he's asking, can I come in? And he says, with pleasure. At this time the doors is open for you. And he walks in and he tells the Rebbe, this is the story that happened. I have all this money. What do I do with this? So Rabbi Baruch tells him, it's yours. He says, mine? Why mine? He says, I'll tell you what's going on. And now you'll understand also why I didn't want to stay by you, why I didn't want you to come to me. I saw in heavens, there's a treasure waiting for you. That God wants to help you. He wants you to be living a better life already. But there was only one problem. He never asked for anything. You're always happy, always good. I need to make, the Rebbe says, you ask. So this is what I did. I did not stay by you. I didn't want you to come see me. I knew this is going to break your heart. You're going to start praying to God and asking salvation. As soon as he asked, the treasure came to you. So this money that came to you, this is the result of your asking, because it's always yours. Well, the moral of the story is, we need to ask. We have to ask, and Hashem will give us. And this is what Moshe Rabbeinu tells us. We need to ask, and Hashem will give us in abundance. Let's all ask also and pray to Hashem, and really plead to Hashem to give us Mashiach even before this Shabbos. We will be celebrating Shabbos Sunday with Mashiach Tzidkenu. Good Shabbos.